Hey there, chat room. Welcome in to a new and exciting species of Rock of Doom broadcasting. This is the pilot of the TABLEROCK streams, where I capture some of my friends with a really long hook, pull them up to the void with me, and I ask them very nicely to play tabletop games with me. And if they say no, I can just throw them back to the planet. It's fine. They'll be fine. Um, I'm very excited because tonight we're playing a game that I enjoy quite a bit and have only gotten to play a couple of times before, Microscope by Ben Robbins, which is a very unusual tabletop role-playing game that involves, frankly, a minimal amount of role-playing and mostly a bunch of tabletopping. It is about creating the entire history of a world that you make up on the fly with your table mates. It's going to be very awesome. Um, Speaking of, I should probably introduce my beloved co-hosts for tonight. Let's go around the circle. Oh, I need to make them bigger on this screen as well. I did on the other screen. Let's just boop. And let me make sure I can hear them. All right, co-hosts, if you're listening, go ahead and take those headphones off. Hello, and welcome to the Void.
Howdy.
Hi.
It's so fucking cool in the void. I like it.
It's very cold. Yes.
I'm in fucking space!
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, why don't we introduce ourselves to chat and each other formally now? Sam, would you like to go first? Name and pronouns.
Hello, I'm Sam. Pronouns they, them, he, him, zer. Uh, I'm part of Channel 47 TV. If you're here, you probably already know that.
Shout out, Channel 47 TV. I see V's in the chat too. Hi, V's. Wave.
Shuts out.
Next, Gwen. Name and pronouns.
Okay, hello. Hi. I am Gwen. I use most pronouns except for he, him. So don't fucking use those. I stream sometimes. I do music sometimes. And I write sometimes. And I'm very excited to fucking play this game as a big fan of world building as a concept.
You can find Gwen over at twitch.tv/GwenTendo, where the last O of Gwentendo is a 0.
Yarp.
And, last but certainly not least, actually I'm last, so I don't even have to say that. Dizzy.
I'm penultimate. Hi. What the fuck is up, everybody? My name is Dizzy. Dizzy Devious. Also known as B-Shirt. Twitch.tv/B-Shirt. I stream there sometimes. Check me out. I'm a thwomp.
Pronouns?
I came right out of Mario, and I use she and her pronouns.
Wonderful. And I am your lovely and eternal host, Alex the Doomrock, he, they, she. Welcome to my Table Rock. Well, thank you all for coming. How's the void treating you?
Is it getting colder? I think it's getting colder.
It probably
How
is.
is that possible?
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
I'm enjoying
mean,
the free air conditioning.
Oh yeah,
Is
God, it's like 110 down on back where I'm from on Earth
Yeah,
today.
I've-
It is
I've-
miserable.
I've been told the Earth is only getting hotter, so I thought it would be a nice change of pace. And I can't,
Yeah,
I can't
it
exactly
is,
go down there.
frankly.
Yeah. Well, why don't we take a peek at the spreadsheet? Now, chat room, this is a template, really, of what we're going to be creating. But by the end of this stream, this mostly empty spreadsheet is going to be transformed into a complete timeline of a fictional world's history. We're going to put together pieces of time, large and small, to create an entire history that is only going to be known to us and to you. I'm very excited. And to sort of set the tone, I'm going to read a bit from the book of the game that we're going to be playing, Microscope. I'm going to read just a bit of flavor text from the start, and then I'm going to start getting to some of the rules so we can get beginning. At the beginning. Microscope works differently than some other role-playing games you might have played, so let's abandon some preconceptions. You won't have your own character. You won't play the game in chronological order. You may know all about the future, but be surprised by the past. You'll build the story from the outside in. You'll decide the big picture, the grand scheme of history, and then burrow down and carve out the details. So think big. You have a massive chunk of history to play around in. Humanity spreads to the stars and forges a galactic civilization. Fledgling nations arise from the ruins of an empire. An ancient line of dragon kings dies out as magic fades from the realm. These are all examples of microscope games. And tonight we're going to be making our own history. So let's see where we start. History starts out as a fairly blank slate, as you see before you. Just a broad outline of what happens, but as each player takes turns adding new elements, you'll see more and more detail emerge. At the beginning, you'll collaborate and bounce ideas off each other to make sure you're on the same page about the kind of game you want to play. But partway through setup, that stops. From then on, the game demands that each player contribute their own ideas about how the history should unfold. Sometimes you'll make decisions without knowing exactly where the whole thing is going, or whether what you're creating will turn out to be important. That's okay. Part of the fun is not being in complete control, and being surprised by the very history you're helping to create, rather than planning it all out as a group. Our first step is deciding together the big picture. The genre, what kind of world, what kind of history, in the broadest strokes. The game gives examples in single sentences. An ancient empire rises and falls. Cavemen at the dawn of time found the first civilization. Mankind leaves sick Earth behind and spreads out to the stars. We want to pick something big. We need a lot of time and space to work with. That being said, does anyone have any ideas that they'd be interested in that they can pitch to the table?
I have one, actually.
Let's hear it, Gwen.
So this is very much me playing close to my heart here. I love space fantasy, and anything combining both the elements of sci-fi and fantasy is always something that is super up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting that one out there.
All right, that's also completely up my alley. Opinions from Dizzy and Sam?
That's disagreement.
Agreement. Dizzy?
The first thing that sprang to mind, and this goes along with space fantasy, is some kind of is like the fallout of some dramatic cosmic cataclysm, like a supernova relatively nearby an inhabited star system.
I see.
I dig that.
Okay. Let's see if we can get that into a sentence. How about a
Vast cosmic cataclysm.
a society of sorcerers flees a terrible cataclysm and takes to the stars? Are we interested
Yeah, I
in
think
that?
I'm interested in that. That's fucking cool.
What do we think, Sam and Dizzy?
Yeah. Can we be a little more specific as to what the cataclysm is?
We don't have to yet.
I suppose we don't.
I mean, right now we're just...
Yeah,
I mean, we'll do that in just a second, actually. When we bookend history. But for now, and it sounds like we might be ready to do that, if we all agree that a bunch of magic people running away from some sort of cataclysm in space is this the kind of history we want to tell. Is that correct?
That sounds
I
fucking
think we
sick.
could broaden the scope a little bit, even.
Mm-hmm.
To perhaps a society of sorcerers is affected by a cosmic cataclysm and must either take to the stars or repair their dead planet.
And I imagine this society of sorcerers is not entirely in agreement on which is the better option. Like there's some
It sounds
some
like we're getting
dissensions
some
there.
details. So let's actually move into the next step. Because the thing is, right now we're going to create the very start and the very end of our history. The first era and the last, beyond which we cannot go. But we'll be playing the entire game between them. So we're going to know exactly how the story ends, and exactly how it begins, and we're not going to know anything else in between.
How Brechtian.
Very. So,
Totally not googling that.
it sounds like we have a pretty good idea of the broad scope, so let's start bookending.
Ah, I see.
Our history will be divided into periods, as you can see in these big boxes. Each period is a very large chunk of time, probably decades or centuries, or even longer. Describe how your history begins and ends. These are your starting and ending periods. The bookends of your history. You'll add more periods later on, but everything will be between these 2 points. So, we're going to agree on a short description for each period, just a few sentences, or a paragraph at most, painting a clear picture of what happens during that time. Let's start with the Cataclysm, since it sounded like we had a clear idea of what it was. One of you said you had a clear idea of what the Cataclysm should be. Do you want to write and describe what you had, your idea, and then we can edit it?
Yeah, where am I putting that?
You'd be putting it in over period 1.
Over period 1. So,
Just replace the 1 with your words.
oh, I see. Okay.
And do you want to describe to us what you're typing, since we can't see it yet?
Okay, yeah. So, uh, Wizard Planet orbits Astra Magica. Astra Magica fucking explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Long before anyone predicted it would.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not just a nearby cataclysm. Their own sun exploded.
Yeah.
I see.
I see.
Fucking explodes. You know, descriptive, to the point. I respect it. Okay. Let's add those details we just said though, since we don't want to forget anything. So Astra Magica, the sun of, are we just gonna say Wizard Planet?
I think we
Wizard
should
Planet.
maybe. I do want to disagree there, and I think we should maybe come up with a definitive name for the original homeworld.
Okay. What's your idea? You can replace Wizard Planet with a name.
I mean, it could just be Terra Magica.
That was literally my first fucking thought. Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Oh, actually,
The wizards are fancy but not creative.
yeah. I like
Yeah.
I like Terra Magica for the planet. Hold on.
Yeah.
But can I suggest a change to the name of the star?
I'm fine with
Sure.
that.
Astra Arcane.
Solus Arcane.
Solus Arcana?
Solus Arcana. Ooh, I dig that.
I like Solus Arcana.
That's fucking good. Hell yeah.
All right.
All right. We have the Cataclysm, the start of history. Let's go ahead and make this era red to signify that it is a dark period.
It could have been a good thing.
If we want to make Solus Arcana's explosion good tonally, we certainly could do that. Is that what you're interested in?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I feel
don't
like
think
this
it's a good thing.
this I feel like this should definitely be a moment of like trepidation and like, you know, again, cataclysm.
So,
I'm just playing Warlock's advocate.
right.
Of course.
God damn it.
But as we just demonstrated, every period, every event, every scene will have a tone, either light or dark, that generally describes the emotional tone. Light is generally good, peaceful, calm, exciting, things like that. And dark is generally dreadful, chaotic, bad. So we can put our starting period firmly into dark. Now we do need to do our ending period. At the very end of the history we're creating, beyond which we cannot go, where are we? And this doesn't necessarily have to be at the, quote-unquote end of time. Frequently what I'll do is if I'm creating a setting I want to use in a game, for example, the end period will just be what we consider quote-unquote present day. A period we'd be interested in playing in, and history being everything before it. But we could also go all the way to the end of time and see where we are there.
Solus Arcana Secunda fucking explodes.
No, we can't do it. We could do it twice, though. Hold on.
That would be
We
interesting.
could. It would be interesting. I just don't know if it's the direction I want to take.
Okay.
In my opinion, my take was the second age of magic comes to a close following the dissolution of I don't know, some like highly respected magical institute.
Okay. That could be either an event or a period. I think for the period it would be
That's more of an event thing, I think.
What we could say is like a period is the end of magic or something.
I don't want to say
You don't
the
want to say
total end of magic,
Mhm.
but I want it to be changed in a fundamental way.
The age of magic ends and the age of worms begins.
Ooh, I do like that.
Interest-
Worms, is that worms?
Interesting.
Is that worms with a Y, with an O, with a U?
That is worms with an O.
with an O.
Oh.
That's good. Okay. Do you want to type out Age of Worms begins?
Yeah, sure.
We are in some
honestly,
deep
now-
shit right
just
now.
write Age of Worms. Honestly, that's the last period. Is the Age of Worms.
Sam, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
We will decide.
Well, we actually have to decide now.
We have to decide now, actually.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Ominous?
Can it be something more neutral, or does it have to be split into light and dark?
Light and
It
dark?
has to be
That's all we
red
got.
or green.
Now,
Damn.
what we could do, if we put Age of Worms here, means we'll be able to we'll be able to explore the Age of Worms. We'll be able
That's
to put
true.
things into Age of Worms. If we don't want that, we could put, like, instead of putting Age of Worms here, we could put Last Age of Magic instead. So that the Age of Worms is beyond our reach and we can't say anything about it. Is that more interesting?
Ah.
You know, I do feel like the Age of Worms is like the Frost Shepherds here a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So let's put Last Age of Magic instead.
Sure.
I mean,
I'm
I want to keep
may
Age
I
of Worms in the
suggest
back
something?
pocket, though.
What was that, Dizzy?
I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, but I would like to try changing one word in the first period.
Give it a shot. Disappears. Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh. I like
Okay.
that.
I like this.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Good change.
That's good.
Thank
Can we
you,
change the
thank
word
you.
fucking to freaking?
I like fucking.
I know. I
like
am
fucking.
being silly.
Nobody clip that. actually clip that. I stand by it.
Everyone clip rock love fuck.
And I stand by it.
Chat room, this rock fucks hard and good every day.
That's certainly not true. I wish it were.
I mean, she literally is hard all the time.
But
I could toss you back to your world.
I'm dying
I don't think you could actually.
within my
I'm very
power.
heavy.
You're in the stars and space. Inertia is all I
I'm
have
in
to
the
deal with.
void. There literally aren't stars. Okay, no, actually there are stars now. When did the stars get here?
Don't ask me that.
Okay. Yay.
oh Jesus.
Last Age of Magic, light or dark?
Fuck no warmer.
I can go either way on this, depending on what we think the Age of Worms might be like, but we're not sure.
You know, I think this might be a light event.
Yeah,
Pitch me that. Pitch me
I
that.
can see it.
I can see it. Pitch me.
So, the age of magic is an age of miracles, and miracles are something that can be created but don't last long and may be imperfect and perhaps can be used in a way that is a bit tyrannical.
Power.
Yes.
Yep.
Less levers of power, probably good.
Yeah.
Worms don't care about power. They eat dirt. They poop dirt.
Worms are like,
They wriggle.
Earth.
They wriggle.
Yum.
To expound on this idea, to quote M from the movie Nope, what do you call a bad miracle?
True.
I just want that to be a total thought for maybe this period of time.
So
Yeah,
perhaps
yeah,
we can
yeah.
say the last stage of magic, the power of tyrants fades.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good.
Agreed. Yes.
There we go. Now we're a little more specific.
This is good.
All right. These are the bookends of history. We will never go past the last stage of magic, and then we will never go before Solus Arcana's disappearance. We may hint at times before that, but we can't go there. Everything we do will be between them. Additionally, this is the last time we're going to collaborate on anything. From here on out, we will be taking our individual turns, during which we will have near total authorial power. And when it's not our turn, we will have to sit and watch as everyone else gets in there and mucks it all up.
Yay.
Smash your own darlings.
Sweet.
Smash other people's darlings, because we can all time travel, and if you blow something they loved up, they can just go back in time to before you blew it up and play with it more. Or they could go forward in time and unblow it up. No mercy, because everyone has infinite power.
And that's really the problem with the Age of Magic.
Yeah,
Oh, it so
it
is.
so is. Well, let's see what we do next. Oh, it's time to move to the palette. Exciting. Why don't we hop over to the palette tab of the game?
The palette
Hooray.
tab.
Next, we take a step back and create our history's palette. The palette is a list of things the players agree to reserve the right to include, or conversely, outright ban. It gets everyone on the same page about what belongs in the history, and what doesn't. We did some bans earlier, for terms of safety, using the lines and veils system off-stream, but this is less about that, and more about what kinds of things would be interesting to include, and what kind of things would be uninteresting to include. We have two columns here, yes and no. We're each going to take turns adding something to one of these columns. You add something to the yes column if you think the other players would not expect it to be in the history, but you want to be able to include it. For example, in a pure fantasy setting, you might put yes aliens, because you wouldn't normally expect aliens to be in a fantasy setting, but you think it would be interesting to have them. So you say yes aliens. You might add something to the no column if you think the other players would expect it to be in the history, but you don't want it to be there. For example, in a sci-fi setting, you might say no robots, because that's something that you might expect to see in a sci-fi setting, but if you're not interested in them, you can put them in the no column to ensure they will not appear. Players can go in any order, and you don't have to add anything to the palette if you don't want to. But here's the catch. If every player did add something, either a yes or a no, we repeat step 1 and all add something again. Each player will have the option to add a second thing to the palette, and then a third, then a fourth. But if at any point someone opts to add nothing to the palette, we're done. And we move on. So,
Right.
essentially, we keep adding things to the palette until someone says, I'm good, I think the palette is finished. And when they say that, it is.
Okay.
Who has something they would like to add to the palette?
I would like to
I
add
got one.
something to the palette.
Okay, let's go Gwen and then Dizzy.
All right, sweet. This is going to the no column.
No
No dragons.
No dragons.
Get those
Interesting.
things out of here.
Those lizards.
Any other story, I would love dragons. Not this one. We got worms.
Not this one. No
Not this
dragons.
Dizzy, I'm seeing a yes. That's darkened.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The internet.
Yes,
Interesting.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Sam, do you have something you would like to add to the palette?
Oh. No cell phones.
No
Yes,
cell phone.
internet.
Good.
No cell phones. I
Love
like where
it.
this is going. Ooh, okay.
All chunky ass Windows 95 tower PCs.
Are we okay?
It boys.
Yeah.
Okay. Brock, I was asking if you had one.
Oh, I have one. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna dump us out of this turn one.
Thank God.
Let's say, ooh. No, that's too similar to something in the no column, actually. I'm going to say yes. I'm picking which animal to do.
If you do space snakes, I will maybe get on you for those being too similar to
That's
dragons.
what I typed and deleted.
Okay.
That's what I typed and deleted. I was like,
By the way, Mickey, yes, worms are still a thing.
I'm going with my original because it's too dope. But before I was like, no, I did that in a class 2 years ago. I don't care. Yes, ghost whales.
Fuck
Nice.
yes!
Hello? Okay.
yes.
Loving it.
All right, since we all added something, we have the opportunity to go again. Does someone have something that they would like to add to the palette?
Yeah, okay. No artificial intelligence.
No AI.
All right. Okay.
No
Okay.
AI.
Yeah. Work with that.
That's a bad miracle right there.
Does someone else have something they'd like to add to the palette?
Considering.
Considering.
Oh, I have so much I want to add, and I only get one per turn. It's unfair.
Ooh, I've got one.
I mean, it's fair. It's literally designed to be fair.
I've got
That's
one.
the problem.
Do it.
Yes, Dealmaker demons.
Hey,
Always down for
I
that.
have
Always down for that.
Okay.
I have a thing.
No faster than light travel. Interesting.
You-
Clarifying question.
you-
Does this include, like, wormholes and teleportation?
Sorry, repeat that. You cut out.
Does that include wormholes and or teleportation?
Excludes wormholes, includes sorry, no wormholes, yes, teleportation.
Okay.
That's interesting.
No faster than light.
No FTL.
That's gonna be
Can I be like a little bit more specific?
Yeah.
Personal teleportation.
Yeah. That's what I assumed.
So we
I
are
have my
literally
yes.
we are literally deep purple cell space trucking in this.
Yeah.
Oh, generation ships and shit too. That's awesome.
We're gonna call them towers. You know we're gonna call them towers.
Oh, we're so calling them towers. Are you kidding me?
Damn it.
Oh, hold. Is that wrapping wrong? Let me see if I can fix that.
Yeah.
Boop. Oh, I thought the instruction on teleport. Oh, I think we can just include that. Like you're just saying like no. Oh yes, this is in the yes column.
You are physically being deconstructed when you teleport.
So
Star Trek transporter.
you
rules.
straight up die when you teleport?
Awesome.
You're a different person?
If you want a
yeah, if you
better
define
term,
it
so
that
fix
way.
there, Star Trek atomization TP.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I think that was another full round,
Correct.
so we could add more to the palette if we want.
Sweet.
Does anyone have
Okay.
something they want to add to the palette?
Yes, I fucking do.
New Gwen thing.
Space basilisks.
All right. Okay.
Ooh.
Now, when I say basilisk, I am referring to like
The
the
stone.
more avian,
Yeah.
like almost cockatrice-esque basilisks.
Okay,
Oh.
for sure. None of this fucking Harry Potter ass.
It's not just
Snake
it's
thing.
not a snake. It's a fucking weird bird thing.
It's a real ass basilisk.
Can I actually change it to be more specific to say space cockatrice?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes.
You can even change that to space monsters if you want to be broader, or you could leave it specific. That's up to you.
No, I
actually.
want this specific. I
Awesome.
want this specified. Trust me.
Anyone
I
else
have my
something they would
reasons.
like to add to the palette?
I do.
Lord of Bones.
Lord of Bones.
Lord of Bones.
Oh, this is shaping up.
Here we go. Now we're cooking.
Okay.
B, do you have something you would like to add to the palette?
I do, but it hasn't come to me yet. Ah, man. Hmm.
McGee, they did not do that. They did not do that.
No. Hold on. Let them talk.
I'm sorry, I did just sort of know and nothing else.
Yes, hydroponic magic gardens. Classic, beautiful,
Sweet.
sexual.
Love it.
Let's go.
I am going to refrain from adding to the palette. Ending the palette phase.
All right.
I think we have a beautiful smorgasbord here, and we're going to be adding plenty more bullshit through the game. Here's how we use the palette in the game. The things in the no column will definitely not appear. We will not be using anything in the no column. The things in the yes column are not guaranteed to appear. This is things that we have indicated interest in, but if you want them to be in the timeline, you gotta introduce them during play. But if you're stuck on your turn and you don't know what to do, hopping over to the palette to see what yes items we haven't done yet is a great place to start. Now,
That's fair.
let's hop over to the timeline. You can
Oh,
hop
fuck
back
yes.
over to the palette anytime you like to check it out for reference. Let's go back to the book. All right. Oh, and like I said before, the palette yes column is not an exhaustive list of things that exist. We're going to be inventing even more new and strange things for this setting. But those are things we know we're interested in already. All right. It's time for the first pass. Group decisions are now over for the rest of the game. Each player makes decisions individually, and we have vast power to shape history. Each player now gets to add more detail to the history, creating either a new period, like the ones here, or a new event inside of these periods. To add a period, place it between any two adjacent periods, which is literally in between these two. Then give a short description of what happens during that time. Say if the tone is light or dark. And if you need to put something in a period, it's very simple. You grab an entire period, including all events, Control X to cut, click the top left corner of the next one down, Control V. Boom. It's moved. We'll be doing a lot of cutting and pasting during this to make sure everything fits. But there's plenty of space beneath, so do it liberally. And
if I remember how...
Yes,
sorry.
Gwen?
No, I was going to say, if I remember how Google Sheets works, it is near infinite space below.
Yes.
It might as well be.
An event is a specific thing that happens inside a period, like a prince seizing the throne, or a colony ship arriving on a new world. To add a new event, decide what period the event is inside of. If there are already other events in that period, place it before or after one of them. An event must be inside an existing period. Tell the other players what happens during the event, and say if the tone is light or dark. So, does anyone have a period or event they would like to add
I have a
to the
period.
table? All right, so go ahead and copy one of the existing periods and edit the text.
Ah, frick. Oh, did someone else do that?
I didn't do it.
Okay, so should I explain and then type, or type and then explain?
Whichever way works for you.
Okay.
You're in total control of this event, so we can't really make suggestions.
Right. Okay. So,
If either of you also has an idea for a period or event, you can start typing it out now. You don't need to wait. We're all doing it.
oh my goodness.
I'm still brainstorming just a little bit here.
Same.
Because we have a very interesting fucking framework right now.
I'm going to...
I did have a quick question for you.
Mhm.
Specifically the question answer columns.
Oh yes, that is referring. That is a part of a scene, which we will get
Uh,
to when we do one.
Gotcha. Thank you.
When you're doing an event, feel free to leave those empty, like under event 1, 2, or 2, 2.
Okay.
Scenes exist inside of events. So when you're doing a scene, you pick an event that it's inside of and you plap it underneath it, just like it is here.
Ah.
We'll get into exactly what the question and answer is when we do one. But
I actually don't have an idea for an event.
you do?
Yeah, immediately following, Solus Arcana,
Go
Son of Terra Magica disappears.
Go ahead and place it down.
Just remove the 1/1 from there.
Yep. Delete it.
Got
All
it.
done with your stuff.
I just like the period that I put down there. Stop with it.
Okay, I should explain what I mean by that.
Traversal of the oceanic orb. Pitch us the traversal.
Um. Uh. There is some contingent of wizard kind, who in their travels across the stars out from Terra Magica encounters an enormous body of water suspended in space, held together by its own gravity.
Oh,
And it is teeming with life. It has worlds inside of it. And there's like a whole ass period of history where people are exploring the inside of it, searching for a place to settle down, like literally anything.
Wonderful. This is just a period of history where they're exploring the orb.
question about
Big ol'
format.
ocean
real
in
quick.
space.
Just keep typing. It will wrap, or it should, unless it's breaking.
It did not.
Hold on.
It broke.
Let me fix that.
Uh,
Girl, do you know what wrapping means, you wretched... Oh my god. Why? Okay, I'll just make these bigger... No, bigger. Google, you know when I tell you to do something, it's because I want you to do it, and not because I don't want you to do it? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Clip. See, clip is not what I want. Wrapping. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. And then, how do I make it so that... One moment.
you might have to increase the vertical cell
Yeah,
height.
it's just there should be an option that lets it change the size on its own, and that appears to
I
be...
can do some quick Googling.
Yeah, I was about to do that as well. Edit. We love Google Docs. It's really fun. With text wrapping. How to automatically fit.
Select columns you want to automatically resize. Right click at the top of selected column. Click resize column. In the menu that pops up, click fit to data.
Where's that column?
Yeah, like the actual column. Yeah.
Oh, I have to click this in? Resize.
It says right click at the top of a selected column, which is the vertical
Yeah.
one.
Can Conditional
few more
formatting, column stats, drop down, data extraction,
Hold on.
column actions.
Resize column should be the button you're looking for.
Yeah.
There it is. Resize column, fit to data.
I don't know where, I'm not finding.
Nope, that didn't fix it either.
Yeah, I'm not finding a resized column.
Okay, so
okay.
click column B,
You
just column B on its own.
You know what we can do? No, that's too big. Too big.
Oh god, what happened?
I was changing sizes. Don't worry about it. Just column B. Resize. Fit to data. Okay.
I
Oh,
tried that.
I think it needs to be by row. Because that. Yes, it's by row.
Okay, thank you.
So if I do this.
Yay!
Yippee!
Okay, I can't resize them all, which is annoying. No, I hate this document. I hate every document. Don't make me do this manually. This sucks. Okay, well, if something needs to wrap, find the row it's in on the left, right click it and do fit to data. We can just do it bit by bit.
Talk by tick.
Yeah.
Brick by brick.
No matter how thin, no matter how thick.
What's the fucking word I'm looking for?
There aren't any
Whatever.
words anymore. I stole them.
Yay!
Did you eat them?
Maybe.
Oh, you better believe I ate those things.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay. I've added an event.
Oh, holy shit.
Aleaphus, Queen of Gloom, who is a giant ghost whale, if you're wondering.
Sick.
Takes the spectral
Sick.
city Ambora into her maw and departs for the void. This is good.
It's good. We love this.
This is good.
Fuck that city.
What was the red color you're using for bad, by the way? And
So
good?
the colors you're looking for are always just find the bright red color, and it's the dull one right under it.
Thank you. I also added an event in which, following the crisis, small artificial suns are magically put in place around major settlements, while higher authority devises a relocation plan.
Mm-hmm. I see another new period has been added as well.
Oh shit!
Collision
Yes,
of Rogue
I
Astral Body 39525.
With Terra Magica.
Purposely left vague as I feel at the beginning of the period there was not awareness of what said rogue astral body actually is / was.
Mm-hmm.
Expansion encouraged.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's the name of the game.
Then I will be expanding.
All right. Well, we get to add one. We get to add one.
Right, turn.
Yeah, we
order.
were filling out the timeline a little bit more, so we had some stuff to work with once we got into the game proper. But everyone's added one period or one event. Now we went from 2 periods to 4, and we have 2 events in the first period. Wonderful. Great work, everyone.
Yippee!
And that's exactly how you add an event or a period. On your turn, that's exactly how you'll do it. Now it's time to start the game proper. Our setup is done and we're ready to get going.
Yay.
So, we're going to decide which player will start. That player will become the first lens. That's going to be me. Because I am, quote-unquote, running this game. I'm what's considered the facilitator. So I'm going to...
Streamer privilege.
Streamer privilege.
You are literally being Bottles the Mole and tutorializing us.
If someone is teaching the game, they should be the first lens. That's in the rules. You can give the lens a large invisible object to remind everyone at the table who it is. We can't do that, but the current lens is listed on the palette screen. You can see it's currently me.
Yeah.
Right underneath the lens is the focus, which I'm about to declare. Declare the focus. The lens declares the current focus of the game, the part of history that we're going to explore right now. So, let me explain what the focus is a little bit before I declare it. Play can jump backwards and forwards in time all across the history. To keep everyone playing the same game, the lens picks a focus. a unifying theme that ties the story together, at least until the next lens picks a new one. The focus can be anything: a person, a place, a thing, an institution, an event, a period, a concept, anything you want. The lens can use something that already came up in play, or make up something new on the spot. If you're making something new, you'll usually declare the focus, and then make a period, event, or scene to show what you're talking about. We're going to record the focus right underneath who the lens is, so that you can always refer back to it. Picking the focus is powerful. It lets you set the direction of the game. Don't hesitate to make up a focus, even if you don't have a clear idea of why it's interesting. Those details will emerge as you play. My first focus, let me look at what we've got so far. I am going to make our first focus competition over limited resources. For limited resources. And we make sure that expands. Wretched program.
Wretched
Awesome,
fucking
cool program. We love it.
I hate it!
It doesn't matter where in history or what size of history you do, but this round, whatever you make has to be related to competition for limited resources. Now, we're each going to take turns. Let's see what the order is on stream. So we're just going to go in order of our little ping tubers on stream. So it's from left to right. So after me, it'll be B, and then, or Dizzy, and then it'll be Gwen, and then it'll be, why am I, Jesus Christ, help me, Sam, and then it'll be me again.
Meat in a can without the P.
Yeah. And that's how we're going to circle around. So, since I'm the first lens, I get to add either one period, event, or scene, or, as the lens, I get the special privilege of adding two of those things as long as they're glued to each other. What does that mean? That means if I want to add both a period and an event, the event I make has to be inside of the new period I just made. Or, if I wanted to make an event and a scene, the scene I make has to be inside of the event I just made. McGee, I'm running the rules, help me. Help! What do I want to make? I know what. I'm gonna grab all this and move it one down. Wait. Okay, no, the color just got mixed up, but that's okay. That's an easy fix. Boop. And I'm going to add a new period. This new period is the War of the Towers. The War of the Towers is the age of escape from Terra Magica, where there were not enough towers, which are these enormous starships capable of carrying entire villages, entire towns worth of people at once. There were not enough of them to evacuate the planet. And so, without the sun in the sky, as the world was dying, wars broke out over who got to get in a tower and launch. And I am going to add an event inside of this period, as is my privilege as the lens. This is going to be the Gilded Tower. The Gilded Tower dated is destroyed in a battle over its ownership. Perfect. And then let's go over here and make sure that can be read. Wretched program. The Gilded Tower dated is the largest tower ever constructed, capable of containing 2 cities worth of people. It was the great shining hope for the evacuation, and it was destroyed as people fought over who got to control it. This is a bad thing.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Can't
Okay.
imagine why.
Next in the order is Dizzy. You get to add 1 period, event, or scene
It's me!
related to fighting over limited resources.
Fighting over limited resources. Okay. Period, event, or scene related to competition over limited resources.
Pro tip for my players who are waiting in line. Now's a great time to think about what you might want to add while Dizzy has to do her job.
Yippee!
Now, Dizzy may fuck up your plans by adding something, but that's just part of the fun.
Entirely possible.
It's more exciting that way.
Can't wait to do the same right back.
I do
That's
like
the
how we
spirit.
took a very negative lens on this universe almost immediately, by the way. That's not a bad thing. I actually really enjoy it.
Well,
in this case.
I mean, we're probably going to get a lot of red this round because of what the focus is. Although, you could, I mean, if you wanted to add something green, you could add something about people coming together and not fighting over resources that would still be related to the focus. An exception to the rule.
I'm going to add an event to the period collision of Rogue Astral Body 39525 with Terra Magica.
And there goes my idea.
That is
Well, you can add another event to this. Periods,
No, I have a feeling.
periods
Keep
can
going.
contain many
Keep going.
events.
Please keep going.
Let me add some more descriptive stuff to the periods. I like titles, but let me add more. Towers.
By the way, I did end up opening a ambient synthwave playlist, and it is really fucking helping.
That I meant to turn on my music, but I forgot to. Sorry, stream. I will be playing, if you want to listen along, players, the original soundtrack of Tunic, a game that I like a lot and that I still
Oh,
need to
hell
finish.
yeah.
There, I need to fucking play more of that game. I love it, conceptually.
It's a very wonderful game to play.
Yeah.
all right. Event. How do I? Alex,
right-click.
expand it, please.
I got it. Okay.
So you're gonna go all the way to the left, to the number. You're gonna right click it, resize row, fill to data.
Subterranean frostmen break out in a scuffle over the succulent flesh and razor-sharp talons, etc., of a fallen space cockatrice.
Interesting.
Rad.
Sick.
I'm interested to learn more about the Frostmen. I wasn't expecting that.
This is 3 periods after the sun disappears. Any life remaining on Terra
I
Magica
suppose.
has adapted to
Well,
a
I
very
suppose-
cold
You
environment.
don't well, that might not be true. You haven't put
Might
it on
not
the
be
timeline
true.
yet, but that's where your brain is operating.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll see if that holds true.
we will see. How do I fill color? There we go. This is bad.
All right, Gwen, what would you like to add to the timeline?
Okay. I think that's doing good. So to say where it is right now, or...
Just plop it in and tell us about it.
Cool. Okay, give me just a little bit of time to write that.
Yeah. I mean, also, the best practice is you explain what you're doing verbally in as much detail as you like, and then you write a shortened version of it so that we remember what you said.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So where my brain is at right now is that I'm at the last age of magic, the Power Times Fates.
Yes.
I'm allowed to write an event for that, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
It's
Just
within
can't
our
go
purview.
further.
We cannot create a period after the last age of magic.
That's fair.
But there can be events, and should be events, within the last age of magic.
So, following the dissolution of the High Council of Magi, a lot of resources that were taken for granted due to the overuse of magic are now suddenly scarce or harder to come by, leading to shortages in like raw material, in food, in some cases even the equivalent of manpower.
I see.
There is like a massive shortage across all of civilization after this event.
I see. Civilizations are racked by scarcity as they can no longer depend on magic.
I know we're not supposed to collaborate, but I will be using that wholesale.
I'm summarizing what you said. I didn't add any new ideas.
That's fair.
That part is welcome. It's just we're like if you were to ask me, I don't know, you guys, what do you think I should do for my event? We can't help you with that.
That's fair.
You have to use your own ideas.
So I guess following dissolution of the High Council of Magi, civilization is rocked by
scarcity.
Hold on. Yeah. It's rocked by
Alright.
scarcities.
While Gwen's typing that out, Sam, do you have something you would like to add to the timeline?
Ross.
I do. I'm going to be adding an event to the period Traversal of the Oceanic Orb.
Ooh.
And my thought is that in a society where there are so many individuals with such cataclysmic and world-rocking power, there is bound to be a culture of cults. Because there are going to be the most powerful of the most powerful, and anyone who wants even a fraction of that power would immediately want to follow those people.
Yeah.
So, the event that I am planning here is the Oceanic Orb is claimed in theory by the Cult of Vultures, whose leader has recently passed. And they are in political turmoil, but they decided that they needed some kind of foothold in the stars, and this was their claim.
I see. Is that good or bad?
We're gonna call this bad for now.
Okay. Thank you for following, Rosie. Welcome to the program. I'm glad my alerts are working again. They stopped working for reasons beyond my ken for a while. I could not find any problems.
I love the big eye that just rolled by the screen.
Oh yeah. And it makes a blinking sound effect too. It's very fun.
Awesome!
Alright, do you want to make sure to add something about how they've recently lost their leader so we remember that detail?
Yes.
Perfect. Alright, and now it comes back to me to finish up. In fact, that would be a great thing to do for tutorialization reasons, so why don't I do that?
You making a scene?
Another period? I probably will.
Ooh.
I probably will. Where should I put it? Okay, I looked at the palette to get an idea for what I wanted to do. It's probably going to involve the internet. Hold on, I'm gonna do a Google search real quick, chat room. Actually, hold on, let me do this where you can't see me do it. Archaic term. I'm gonna say it out loud just so you can hear it, even though you're not gonna see it. actually do like that. That's not... No. Secrets are no fun.
No, they're fun.
That's too bad, McGee.
Secrets are so much fun. What are you talking about?
Secrets
Especially
hurt
tabletop
no one.
environment.
Secrets hurt no one.
We can dance if we want to. Wait, walks
Ooh.
on.
I know what I'm doing. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put this before. So I'm adding an event to a period, which means I have to decide if it goes before or after the events that are already there. I'm going to say before. During the last age of magic, before the High Council of Magi is dissolved, I'm going to say Lidicloria is this person's name.
Oh my god.
Like Lydia, but midichlorian?
Lidicloria, councilwoman of the Internet Archive.
Awesome!
Begins a large-scale effort to catalog spells and rituals that no longer function in order to preserve them within the internet's vast knowledge base, in the hopes that one day they might be used again when magic returns. So begins. I'm going to call it the Initiative of Ritual Preservation.
So, that brings me to an important question that I don't want answered right now.
Yeah.
Does that mean the internet is inherently kind of bad and magic, magic isn't inherently bad in this universe, it just can be used for bad?
I'm going to say that this is a light event, though.
I mean, the event is light,
Yeah.
but the motivation behind it makes me not scratch my head, but makes me think.
Yeah. It's meant to.
By the way, the song
Makes sense.
that just came on my Spotify is called "The Price of Failure,"
Nice.
which I feel is very fitting this
and-
world.
Appropriate.
Within this event, I'm going to add a scene. And the scene is going to be Lidicloria informs the council of the initiative after she starts it.
Better to ask forgiveness than
Interesting.
permission.
There you go. There you go.
And here is how scenes work. I don't get to set the tone yet, because I don't know, because it hasn't happened. I'm going to... Let me read how scenes work. Making history scenes. Scenes are the smallest units of history. They show us exactly what happens at a specific place, at a specific time, with specific people. Scenes are also different because instead of creating them unilaterally, all the players join in and roleplay to determine what happens. I give up absolute control, but in return, I decide what everyone is going to roleplay about, turning everyone's attention to a part of the history that interests me. To create a scene, I first pose a question. Something I want to find out about the history. The goal of the scene is to decide the answer to that question. For example, the question of this scene is, does the council approve of the initiative of ritual preservation? Do they approve of recording failing spells in the internet for posterity? I don't know the answer yet. The question can tell us something crucial to history, as in, why did the king betray his country? It can give us a window into what life was like in that time and place. Are the asteroid miners happy with their rugged frontier lives? Or, just examine something that isn't important in the grand scheme of things, but is interesting to the players. Did the soldier get to marry his hometown sweetheart? Now, if I wanted to, I could make a scene and answer the question myself, and do a dictated scene, where I just narrate something that happens as the smallest unit of history, just like I would for a period or event. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make a played scene. Here are the steps. First, I've stated the question. Does the council approve of the initiative of ritual preservation? Next, I'm going to set the stage. When does the scene happen? It's within the initiative of ritual preservation at a council meeting of the High Council of Magi. Lidicloria is at a meeting and informing her fellow council members during her speaking period in the council meeting. And I think next is characters. I can require and ban characters. I may specify 1 or 2 characters that someone must play in this scene. I may also name 1 or 2 characters that no one can play in this scene. These can be characters already introduced, or just descriptions of roles or relationships, like the Doctor's son. Banning seemingly essential characters can lead to very different scenes. I can require or ban categories of people, like police, nobles, or children, instead of specific individuals. I cannot ban groups by what they are not, such as banning anyone who's not a soldier, since that would create a requirement for all characters. So, I'm going to require the councilmen of arcane history, and I'm going to ban the chairman of the council, who is not present at this meeting.
Interesting.
Next, we're all going to make up a character and pick one to play. All players, one at a time, pick a character to play in the scene. The person to the right of the player making the scene picks first. Then continue around to the right, the opposite of normal play, so in our instance, actually the left. So Sam, you would pick a character first. The player making the scene picks last. All required characters must be played, so if you're one of the last 2 players to pick, you may be forced to choose a required character if they haven't already been taken. You can invent a completely new person on the spot, or pick someone who has already appeared in the game, even if it's a character someone else played previously. All you need is a few words to describe the character, including any relationships they have to other characters. Our goal is to answer the question, so pick a character that helps you do that. Alright, Sam, who are you in this council meeting?
I am Councilman Ostius, treasurer of the Council of Magi.
Ooh, Ostius, okay. Gwen, who are you? Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to require Lidicloria as well. It doesn't really work without her.
So I have to choose between Lidicloria or...
Nope, you are free. There are only 2 required characters, so if you pick someone else, B and I will have to choose which of us is going to be Lidicloria and which of us is going to be the councilman of arcane history.
Let me give me a second to think of a name real quick.
Yeah.
I have the role, just not the name.
What's the role then?
The council person of the... Sorry, yeah, that's right. Council person of the Vaulted Library.
Of the Vaulted Library. Ooh. Now, is that the same or different of arcane history?
Far... It's like almost a subcommittee, actually, now I think about it. But it is like... It's hush.
Okay, it's different. Alright, B, which of the 2 required characters are you? Are you Lidicloria of the Internet Archive? Or are you the councilman of arcane history?
I'm Lidicloria.
Awesome. Then I will be Perosis, councilman of arcane history.
I do have a name, if I'm able to give myself that.
Yeah, you can make up anything. It's your character.
Gila.
Gila.
Sam and Alex, are you Osteo and Perosis?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
don't know what you're talking about.
I just
Not
went with
good.
the fucking King Gizzard song. So,
I don't know what you mean. I'm innocent.
Excellent. Awesome. Great. Fantastic.
Technically, it's my fault.
No, Alex completed the bit.
Technically,
the bit
it's
has
my-
come full circle.
Technically, it's my fault. Okay, our goal is to answer the question. So, before we start our scene, we're all going to reveal thoughts. Each player states one thing their character is thinking about the upcoming scene. We're going in the same order we just did. Your thought could reveal what your character is going to do, or highlight what your character expects to happen. Revealed thoughts are a powerful tool for influencing the scene. They let you give the other players hints about where you want the scene to go. Don't reveal thoughts that answer the question before the scene even starts. You can hint or stack the deck, but do not give a definite answer. So, I might say that Perosis, the councilman of arcane history, feels like his toes are being stepped on, and that Lidicloria is overstepping her bounds. But I can't explicitly state that I do not approve of her initiative, because I don't know whether that's true or not yet. So, Sam, what does Osteo, councilman of... what were you the councilman of again?
Ostius.
Ostius. Ooh, we have to wiggle it a little bit. Ostius. Councilman of what again?
Treasurer of the High Council.
Treasurer of the High
Imaginary.
Council. What does Ostius think of this meeting, of this scene that's about to happen?
Ostius is concerned with the distribution of resources that would be required for the initiative. He's concerned that Lidicloria will be funneling funds into this initiative, and is more concerned about the future than the present, where these resources are more necessary.
I see. Okay. Gwen, what does your character think of the upcoming scene?
I feel that Gila is equal parts angry at this concept. Do the characters know about the concept that's being presented?
Yes.
Okay, so is angered by the concept, and also a tad fearful of
Beautiful.
the consequences of this meeting.
I see. B, what is Lidicloria thinking?
Lidicloria couldn't give half of a rat's ass what the council has to say about her decision. She is going to go through with the initiative regardless of what anyone tells her.
Okay. And I sort of cheated and went first as an example, but Perosis, chairman of arcane history, feels like his toes are being stepped on. He feels like this is his department, and finds it strange that Lidicloria is pushing so hard to head this initiative. Now, we begin. Let me double check to see how we do that. We're now ready to play the scene. The player making the scene can choose to say who is present when the scene starts. Players can have other characters enter the scene whenever they want. I believe that we're all present at the start of the scene. Why doesn't Lidicloria kick it off, since she's sort of pushing this initiative? Dizzy, would you take it away?
Esteemed magisters, I fear I have not been entirely forthcoming with my actions of late. I have, in the past, floated the idea, gently, of course, of a database of our rapidly dwindling, magical capabilities. You and I know full well that that the time is soon to arrive when we will no longer have the tiniest smidgen of mana running through our veins. In that interest, I have gone ahead and done the damn thing.
Well, hold on now. What do you mean you've done the damn thing? Have you acted without the council's permission?
Yes, I have.
The muttering of the crowd.
Councilwoman, I would like to remind you that your sources of funding are linked directly to the council's approval of your actions. Where do you expect to get the resources for what you are intending to accomplish here?
With all due respect, Ostius, my initiative shall continue regardless of your paltry sorry, hold on. Of your paltry stipend put in my direction. Frankly, your funding is an embarrassment to my department, and I haven't used a bit of it in this particular endeavor. If it should come to pass that the initiative requires funds, I shall procure them however I deem necessary.
Councilwoman.
Interesting.
Oh, apologies.
Go ahead.
Councilwoman Lidocloria, I must ask for clarification on a few matters of, well, to put it bluntly, magical security. Have you or your department set foot in the Sacred Library archives? The Vaulted Library. Pardon. Forgot my own fucking name I made up for it.
But you know what? It has 2 titles now.
It has 2 titles now. I feel like it's interesting for them.
Wizards love having multiple titles for the same thing.
That's true.
Oh, hell yeah.
Please continue.
The Vaulted Library. Gwen, what was your character's name?
Gila.
Councilperson Gila, the Vaulted Library. I have long maintained the Vaulted Library should, and in fact, is available for perusal by any council person at any time, regardless of your permissions.
That is not the reason of my asking.
And what might that be?
I have asked if you have set foot in there, as if you are intending to archive these in a public manner, you have not paid a single thought to the, to put it bluntly, horrible things we have created as a society that reside in there. Spells that which should not be used by any living person, or not just any living person, any living creature that can comprehend them.
And additionally, Councilwoman, how do you intend to even attempt this project without the aid of the Arcane History Department? Have you consulted even a single historian? How are you to organize all this data without the work of my department? I simply can't see it done without the aid of the council.
Need I remind you all... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Not to mention your immense vagary when referencing how you might procure funds for such an endeavor. We retain ownership of the largest infrastructure of taxes in the known universe, and you expect to pay the entire project in its entire longevity with your own private funds.
The crowd is like mumbling. They're talking to each other.
Need I remind you all that magic is dying? Need I remind you all that without a centralized and accessible database of all of our collected and pooled knowledge, there is zero hope that wizard kind could ever once again regain their status as masters of the universe.
Councilwoman the Decloria, your ignorance precedes your own title and status as a member of this council. If it were up to me, this action would have you entirely stripped of rank and title and powers. You are wresting swords in the hands of hapless children.
Let's not be insulting. There's no need for that. We're simply looking out for the practicalities of the situation.
Of course. There is no doubt that we all here are seeking to maintain the power and longevity of wizard kind. It simply is a question, as Council Member Ostius mentioned, of practicality. Why do you believe that your department, that your internet archive, is the best and most effective home for this information?
If you have forgotten, Councilman, physicality is fallible. The vaulted library, protected though it may be, will someday fall to some cataclysm or other. A star burns out, a star disappears, if you've forgotten our history. Supernovae, typhoons from the oceanic orb. The only safe and permanently accessible place is in the ethereal cloud. If we wish to preserve magic, we must preserve it by magical means.
While magic is not yet dead, that does raise another important question. What if this magic fails?
I actually think that answers our question. All of the detractors have moved on to questions of practicality. I believe that they do approve of the initiative. Is that a correct assessment?
I don't think for Gila.
Okay, then we continue.
I don't think for Ostius either.
Then we continue.
I just want
we
some.
have our answer.
Actually,
Is it
Council doesn't
Yeah.
approve.
the council does not approve.
Yeah, not unanimously, which is a no. All right. So whatever questions they may continue, we don't need to see because we answered our question. Does the council approve of the initiative of ritual preservation? No. I'm going to say...
I think it's entirely possible that she might have other supporters within the council whose
yes.
names have not been mentioned or created.
But the council does not approve.
Yes.
So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to say that's probably going to end up being bad. That's going to be dark.
I gotta say, though, by the way,
Mhm.
that was one of the best fucking pieces of RP I've ever had the privilege of experiencing. Thank you all.
They're excellent.
Well done, everybody. That was great.
Well fucking done!
That was
Focused. Delicious. I love it. And that's how scenes work in this game.
Oh, the drama of it all.
If you ever want to invoke a
Delicious.
scene, that's how you would do it. And I can walk you through
kn-
the steps again, if you forget.
Yeah, holy shit.
It was
wow.
Now, with that, we have completed the first focus. So, we're going to move on to the next one. Let me go over how that works. We're going to go back to the overview. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Now that we've all addressed the focus, let's hop over to the palette for the last new thing we're going to introduce, and then it's smooth sailing until we decide we're done. Ooh, voice crack. Next, we're going to choose a new legacy. The person before me in the turn order that being Sam currently, is going to choose a new legacy. A legacy is something that came up in play that you want to return to, that you are marking interest in, and want to come and add more detail to later. So Sam, let me see if there is a legacy explanation that I can read out. I'm certain it's somewhere. One moment. Ending scenes. Legacies, yes. Legacies are common threads that may stretch through time and influence history. A legacy can take many forms: an object, a person, a place, a bloodline, an organization, or even a philosophical ideal. You make legacies to identify things that you think are interesting and want to keep in the spotlight. Legacies are explored during a special phase of play between one focus and the next. Because you aren't restricted by a focus during the legacy phase, it is a broad opportunity to explore something that interests you. Just like anything in the history, a legacy can also be brought into play or explored during normal play. So, Sam, what from our current timeline do you want to see more of? What is our first legacy?
Our first legacy is going to be the conflict between dreams and survival.
Fuck, that's strong.
Okay. Go ahead and type that out in the legacies column of the palette table. Next step, I believe you're about to add something. Explore a legacy. The same player, Sam again, creates an event or dictated scene, which means that you won't call us to roleplay and will instead just say what happens. Important to note, you may not add a new period, only a scene or event. Sam will create a new event or scene that relates to one of the legacies. Currently we have only one, but we will have more soon. Either the one just created, or one already in play. So Sam, would you go ahead and add something related to the conflict between dreams and survival?
Absolutely.
Walk us through what you're adding.
So, the event that I am adding is going to be the foundation of an organization. And after the debates in the council between Lidicloria and the other council members, all of which was archived and became publicly available, and so the common people became aware of it, there became a rising philosophy of survival known as the Philosophia Ossa, or the Bare Bones Church.
That's good.
Fuck!
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Tell us about the Bare Bones Church.
They establish monasteries across various astral bodies and on Terra Magica. And these monasteries are centers where people go to deprive themselves of everything that is not essential to their survival, because they see it as holy.
Interesting.
And so these bare bones monks become these sort of wandering bands of hungry travelers who want to convince everyone that their survival with the least resources is the holiest road to travel.
Very interesting. Now, Sam, important question. Light or dark?
This is a dark event.
Ooh, yep.
Interesting.
Monks are bad. Bone monks, not good.
Bone monks are.
Bone monks, huh?
Bone monks.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing.
Monks, huh?
Monks, huh? But bone monks in particular? All I'm saying is I'm looking at the palette.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not worried
getting
about
there.
it. It's not. It hasn't happened yet.
Don't worry about it.
No
It
one,
hasn't happened yet.
no one's. It might not even be connected to this. It could be fucking.
That's
It could be
true.
2
It could be
ages
something
before this.
completely different.
Bones is bones.
All right, now.
Bones is bones.
So now we can see that was one complete round of this game, and we see how even in one round, the timeline has been fleshed out quite a bit, and you see the power that the focus has, which is great because now someone else gets to do it. B, I believe you're next in the order, Dizzy darling. Yes, you are.
I'm the freaking lens.
All right. Next lens is Dizzy. Dizzy, dearest.
Yeah, that was just
that
one.
was just one. That is correct. Nikki.
Yeah.
That was one round, yeah.
I see why people
was
like
one
this
round.
game now. I fucking get
Dizzy,
it.
would you tell us about and write in the new focus for this round of play?
The new focus.
For
Let me-
focus.
Hold on. All right. Okay. Give me a moment, chat room and table.
Chable.
I'm stewing. I'm bubbling. Chable.
Chable.
Tat room.
In that case, I'm gonna go refill my water real quick.
Yes, we can actually take a brief
Let's
break if you would
go.
like to, Dizzy. We're about halfway through. Would a 5-10 minute break be beneficial to people, or do we want to push forward? Sam can't answer because Sam is filling water.
I
Yeah.
admittedly would like a little bit of a stretch.
All right. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a break. See.
We'll take 5 minutes, chat room. 10.
10.
10.
10.
Yeah. We break for 10. Be right back.
Text. I'm still here to chat with y'all, but this is when we will be back. I am actually going to briefly depart to use the restroom, and maybe even to make my bed. I'll catch you all in just a moment. You can keep listening to the wonderful tunes of Tunic while I'm gone. You may also take this opportunity to do your own stretch break, chat room. Anyway, see you soon.
Hello. I don't know if anyone's still on the BRB screen hanging out, but... Oh, so it's mostly just me. Don't tell streamer in here, it's a secret. Just saw a video of a VTuber performing Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff at El Rey Theater in LA, California. And really, I think that is great. If I'm ever at the point where I can cover a Limp Bizkit song as a VTuber live in person somewhere, preferably my way, fuck, I've made it.
Hello, I return.
Hello.
Hello, Gwen. Good night,
Hello.
McGee. If you can still hear me, I hope you have a nice sleep. And this is a later stream. And on
Yes,
I guess it won't be a school night for you. Mixed
Good night,
graduate.
Mickey.
All right, do we have everyone back? Dizzy, is there a Dizzy? Ring, ring, ring.
It's a dizzy.
All right, wonderful. Are we refreshed? Are we ready to get back into it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to go back to Earth for a quick second, and yeah, it's hot. It's hot and bad down there.
Yeah, it looks like
no.
it. It looks like it. Sam, you ready to go?
Heat.
Sure am.
All right. Let's hop back into it. Dizzy, do you know
1 foot this time.
what our new
Our
focus is?
Our focus this round is death and resurrection.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
We did not rule out necromancy.
No, we didn't. And there's a Lord of Bones. Death
Also
and
could be.
resurrection. Well, it's all speculation at this point.
Mm.
Dizzy, opening gambit. What single period event or scene or nested double are you going to be making?
Okay. So, okay. I'm going to place an event
Mm-hmm.
in the second period, the War of the Towers.
Oh, excellent.
Event. Okay. So, the um the Ferris Tower. Um uh the Ferris Tower is discovered at the edge of the the Ferris Tower is discovered at the edge of the garden system, bereft of its crew, save for its captain, who is dead.
Interesting.
Intriguing.
Interesting.
Mysterious.
Neato!
And are you nesting a scene within it, or is that your? Are you just gonna leave it at event?
I'm not sure yet. Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. The main thing to think about is if you have a question that you would like us to answer, or that you would like to answer, you may add a scene. But if you feel like, nah, I'm good, then don't add a scene.
I'm not gonna add a scene here.
All right. The Ferris Tower. Now, is that dark or light?
I, it. Ooh, I'm gonna say it's light.
We didn't like the Ferris Tower, or its rediscovery is good. Interesting. All right.
And
Go ahead.
I can add another event.
No.
No?
You can
Okay.
add one thing or two things that are attached to each other.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So this event would either need to be within a new period, or you would need to add a scene to it. Otherwise, this is what you get. Which is perfectly alright.
Like a nesting doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
I'm done.
next on the order, Gwen. A period,
Me.
event, or scene related
Dealing
to
with
death
death and
and
rebirth.
resurrection.
Okay. Good. Cool.
Oh god, I have to think about what I'm doing.
Yeah, I didn't think this is where we were going to be.
Yeah, that's the joy of this game. No one has any clue where the fuck we're going. When you're the focus, you sort of you have a stronger hand on the wheel. But even then.
And like we definitely established a tone here.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking weird one.
Yeah, but
but like in a good way.
If it sounds all right with
I
you,
love it.
I think what we can do now that we're done tutorializing, I think we'll probably have enough time to give everyone one turn as the focus, and then we'll call it after Sam's go. Does that sound good?
Sounds fine
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Which gives us plenty of time to, if we want to violently wrench the tone in another direction, we have enough power to do so. All that needs to be done is do it. Also, if you're stumped and have no idea what to do, the palette is a great place to dig for ideas.
That's a good point. Okay, I got one.
What you got?
So, I think sometime in the period after Soulless Arcana fucking disappears,
Mhm.
The first of the...
Ooh, sometime when? Because the order of events is their chronological order.
I'm trying to think about that right now, but
Okay.
this is an event that doesn't have that much bearing on the other events in there, so it could probably be last,
Okay.
where it feels right. I'm just going to copy and paste this text in real quick.
Yep.
Alright. So, my idea is that in this new weird sunless environment of the, Terra Magica,
Mhm.
a lot of new forms of magically adept wildlife are starting to appear and cause a lot of fucking problems for those who are still stuck there, and because the towers have not like really come into play yet beyond an idea.
Mhm.
And it is found during after a whole city essentially is no longer in contact with any of its neighbors or the government at large. They find that the place is completely not encased actually. It's found that it's entirely somehow transformed into stone. And upon further investigation from there, they find strange avian creatures who are able to transform organic and inorganic material to a sort of general form of slate at will.
I see.
Basically, they discover the space cockatrice.
The
Cockatrice?
birth of the space cockatrice.
Yes.
We know they survive for quite a while because they exist.
Yes.
What is it? 1, 2, 3.
They are a fucking problem.
3 ages later.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. While Gwen is typing that out, Sam, do you know what you want to do?
Great question. Yes, I do.
Wonderful.
In the period of collision of Rogue Astral Body 39525 with Terra Magica, after the subterranean frostmen break out in a scuffle over the succulent flesh and razor sharp talons, etc., of a fallen space cockatrice,
Yes.
there is an appearance of an entity which calls itself the Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
This entity reaches out to the community of subterranean frostmen and lets them know that they have trespassed upon something sacred. They can either choose to accept their fate or to put their fate in the exchange's hands. This is the first reported appearance of a deal-making demon
Interesting.
dealing with an entire society.
Interesting.
In case any clarification, my event was a bad thing.
But do remember, it must relate to death and resurrection. So, I think Gwen, yours is definitely death because people turned to stone; they died.
Yerp.
Sam, what does the exchange have to do with death and resurrection?
For trespassing on the fallen body of a space cockatrice and devouring it, the society is either doomed to not be able to follow the path of survival, or they can choose to strip themselves of all magic. So they can die or become normie.
Interesting. Now I'm tempted just to slap a scene right on that and see what happens, but I think I won't just yet. What do I want to do? Ooh, I know. I'm going to move your items one over, and as the first event, in the collision of Rogue Astral Body 3952, I'm going to say that the I'm thinking of what to call this fleet of towers. The towering fleet is actually really good.
Yeah, it is.
So the towering fleet begins the practice of composting their own dead to make up for the lack of fresh soil from their homeworld. The dead aboard the towering fleet are returned to the soil aboard their hydroponic gardens. And they enter their own isolated cycle of life and death.
Rad.
I stole that shamelessly from a book I just read.
Oh, I'll be real with
State
you.
representatives to legalize human composting in your area.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say this is. You know what? This is good. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Green.
Honestly, yeah, it solves
Green.
an issue with resources and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is another good question.
Mm-hmm.
With the towering fleet, does that imply they haven't found a new host world yet?
It does, or at least that the towering fleet exists,
Okay, interesting.
and that they have a name.
It implies
Yeah.
that this particular fleet
Exa-
hasn't.
Yeah.
Is towering.
Yeah. All right, back to B. Close up your focus.
My focus.
And Gwen, start thinking of your focus.
Oh, I'm thinking.
So in closing, I add one additional thing.
One or two that are glued together.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to add a new period.
Ooh. Sneaking one in at the end of the turn.
Oh yeah, baby.
Ooh.
That's what it's all about.
Fuck. No, what was that?
Taking a sip of my water.
While you are doing this, I want to say I am very proud of myself for giving this face textures an actual scientific name.
Well done.
Yeah, fucking
job.
sick. How do I make a new
I'm
space in
fine.
between periods?
Just grab the periods you want to move, and then just move them down a space. So where do you want it to go?
In between collision and last age.
In between collision and last stage. So he's gonna grab last stage in its entirety,
Yeah.
and paste it down one.
Oh, I see. Huh.
And then let's make sure that we can read all those.
Okay. So, um, this period is called Sunken Cities.
Tell us about this period.
Um, any tower that braved the oceanic orb did not make it out.
Mm.
Um, the towers themselves have now become cities in the orb.
Interesting.
Um, most aboard these particular towers have died, but those who remain have designated this corner of the universe their home.
Interesting. Are you going to add an event within this period?
I am not.
All right. So, next step, I get to add a legacy before Gwen gets to declare the next focus. Legacies. Let me read the rules. Does it have to be something from this round, or can I... during this last focus, okay. I can only choose something if it occurred this round. Let's see. I'm going to add a legacy just because I feel like it would be remiss not to do this. The exchange.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to
yeah.
add a scene about the exchange. I believe it has to be a dictated scene, I believe. I'm not allowed to call you to the table. Yes, a dictated scene. Although this will be literally the final tutorial I have to do. I'm going to add to the exchange's introduction. Offers the Frostmen a deal, either life or give up their magic. And scene. the elders of the Frostmen debate whether to take the deal classic. It feels honestly necessary. Couldn't leave it unsaid. And since it's a dictated scene, I will ask the question, but I will also dictate it and answer it myself. The question, will the Frostmen choose life without magic or death? And I think the Frostmen, the elders of the Frostmen, which is very informal. It's really just like there is, it's a very loose settlement of them, and it's really just a number of the oldest and a couple younger members who've just been taking leadership positions have all gathered around a meager flame that they must keep lit in order to make their joints functional. Otherwise they freeze solid. And they spend a long time debating this, when really, but one of the younger members loudly cries out, "Aha, he's got it. The deal is a trick. We are creatures of magic. We are being given an option between death and death. For if we are stripped of our magic, surely the force animating us will leave us and we will die. This is no choice at all. We should defy the demon and try to hide ourselves with an unsightly aurora." Some of the elders disagree, but this becomes a popular movement. He's able to get enough agreement within his community that the Frostmen attempt to hide themselves from the exchange with a fell spell that they've developed in their time under the ice. This, of course, does not work, and the exchange interprets this choice. The exchange finds them and says, "Ah, well, since you will not choose between magic and life, I will give you neither." And takes them and ends their lives and takes them as its undead servants. The Frostmen are no longer alive, but are instead a sort of undead horde in the service of the exchange, forever paying off their debt.
Sick.
Metal.
That completely changes plans I was making, and I love it.
That's the game.
That's the game.
This
And it is awesome.
This is dark.
Oh yeah.
This is not good.
Oh, it's all bad.
Now, Gwen,
Hi,
what's our
that's
new
me.
focus?
So, I've been thinking we have maybe, not through any fault of our own, I just think this is how this tends to go with this sort of thing, is that we have focused a lot on big people.
Yeah.
Be it the Council of Magi, or even in smaller areas, the informal Council of the Frostmen.
Yeah.
And I've also been thinking about how magic is a double-edged sword in this world.
Yeah.
So, I want our focus to be, I'm going to type it out, how does magic aid or hinder the common people?
Excellent.
Nice.
All right, Gwen, take it to the table. Would you like to...
Oh, right.
Yeah. You may add a new period, event, or scene, or you may add two things, as long as they are attached to each other.
Okay. Let me think about this for a quick second. I had the concept in mind, forgot how to do anything with it.
Well, we all have to do something with it. You have to do something with it the most.
I have to do the most. Mm. Shit, this is tough. Okay, I think I have it. This is going to be right near the beginning of the Sunken Cities area of the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, if I remember the Sunken Cities time period correctly, this is after the Cult of Vultures sort of failed to establish any presence there.
They attempt to in age 2 ages ago. During the traversal of the oceanic orb,
It was never said whether they failed or succeeded.
it was.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. I mean, you could in this. I guess no. You're a little distant. You could say. I mean, by now you could say the vultures have failed, but someone could go back in time and say they succeeded at some point. We just don't know.
That's true. That sort of puts a wrench in that idea.
I mean, you can say they failed. We just won't know the scope of that failure until someone defines it, or it might be left undefined if no one gets around to it.
I'll keep it a little vague then.
You can be specific, and the specifics will become true.
Oh hell, that just went super far out to
Why
everywhere else. Why did it do that?
Because the fucking wrapping changed how it's working. Hold on. Let me fix it.
Oh well.
Okay, it should work now.
Okay, thank you. I don't. Okay, it's a very small
Why
font
is it
now.
the wrong text? Help me! Help! Okay,
So
it should
I
be
just want to see
great.
the formatting.
Cambria.
So it's in Cambria 18.
Yeah. There we go.
It's even smaller now.
Well, it switched to Cambria and then didn't switch to 18. There we go.
Okay. My event is that following various attempts to settle the oceanic orb, or I guess to put it in another way, to create a sustainably not sustainable. What's the word I'm looking for? To create attempts to make a permanent, unchanging, unmoving settlement on the oceanic orb. Their last attempt fully collapses, leading to the countless deaths of the innocent, well, not innocent, but like the lesser members of the Cult of Vultures, while
To the lay people.
the lay people of the Cult of Vultures, while the leadership abandon any further attempts to settle there.
Tragic.
Yeah.
To settle.
Now, is that your turn, or would you like to slot a scene within that?
I would like to slot a scene there. Just give me a quick second to work this out.
You got it, boss.
Settlement that is fails, leading to the countless deaths of the people among the cult. And I'm gonna try to sum it up to being a bad thing. You know?
What?
I don't think it's good.
What?
Even though their attempts to settle there were bad, this is also bad. Because, it's people. So let me just double check the, this is going to be a dictated scene.
Dictated. Okay, you're not inviting us to the table. So,
Yes. I'm sorry.
Gwen has ideas. Where do I go if I have theories?
If you have theories?
I'm referencing a post.
Oh.
As I'm often
If
wanting
you have theories, you need to go to r/this Microsoft sketch session for Theory Thursdays.
There's a subreddit for us already?
Yeah, it has like 3,000 members.
We're famous!
Yay!
Yay!
r/TableRock. I don't know if that's real or not.
That's the parent subreddit.
I cannot. If it's what?
That's the parent subreddit.
It is.
Yeah,
It links to this microscope session.
which has been sort of fan titled "The Song of the Stars."
Okay, so I, so that incredulous question was me interpreting the phrase "that's the parent subreddit" not as "that's the greater subreddit," which the subreddit we just discussed is contained within, but instead as Sam saying, "Oh, that's the real subreddit for parents on Reddit. It's called r/TableRock, and you just referred to it," and which is not what happened there.
Love it.
So the scene is that the leadership of the cult of vultures convenes amongst themselves to discuss. I forgot some words. You know, actually, I have to rewrite this because I forgot there's the question part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just add question
Yeah, I will.
and an answer beneath it. I think what you have there is fine for now, and then you can edit it to be happier with it on someone else's turn as well.
Oh, I got it now.
Okay.
Question. So yeah, the full scene is leadership of the cult of vultures convenes amongst themselves in the aftermath of this disaster. Question. Are the results... So, no. Is the mass casualty in line with their dogmatic belief system, or have they transgressed upon their own ideology? I love writing shit like a college thesis. So, I'm just going to play in my own space. The cult of vultures is run by what they call themselves the Holy Triumvirate.
Mm-hmm.
And their beliefs include, like, this sort of, like, actually, I'll give someone else to come up with the beliefs. I don't think that really matters beyond the fact that they do not wish to cause immediate harm or death to others. They that's not their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They are not a death cult either, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a discussion. It's like, have we done a sin that is so, like, irrefutably terrible that we must, like, change our belief systems or leave, or what? And they stew on this for a long time. I think this is a discussion that leads into weeks of them floating in space in their sort of mothercraft. And after countless hours of theological argument, the conclusion is that they have done something terribly wrong. And that they must, in some ways, atone for this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they realize that, or they don't realize, they decide, kill that chat member.
Oh, is there a bot? Hold on.
Yep.
Hi, you do not belong here, girl. Bye-bye.
The leadership decided to exile themselves to a rogue planet to live out the remainder of their days, and the cult of vultures is no more.
Interesting.
Sick.
Okay.
Beautiful way for a cult to die.
It's the most, like, self-aware cult death ever seen in history.
We don't even know when they started. We know they existed during the traversal of the oceanic orb, but we don't know if that's when they began.
We don't know.
We don't know. We just don't know. All right. So question. Could they reconcile what they'd done with their beliefs? Answer: no.
No.
No. All right. Next
Absolutely.
in the order is Sam. What would you like to add to the timeline related to how does magic aid or hinder the common people?
So this is the layers here are amazing.
I would like
Need a
some.
moment.
I would like some pierogies. I do care.
Me also, yay.
I would like
Pierogies
some.
are awesome.
Oh.
Also, I would just like to say this is a bad thing. Even well, I mean, yeah, self-imposed exile with the intent of dying alone is a bad thing.
Yeah, I guess they're not fixing anything.
No, this is like the most like I fucked up and I am leaving forever.
I'll claim the well done
Goodbye.
ones. You know how I love my chars and my burns.
Oh, I wish I had pierogies right now.
Yeah, you're so jealous.
I literally am.
My lovely.
I've committed a cardinal sin of the cult of pierogi. I'm exiling myself to an exoplanet.
Fuck yes. Sam.
Okay, so first, in the period traversal of the oceanic orb,
Mm-hmm.
it is claimed by the cult of vultures, and this causes extreme political strife, which makes travel to and from the oceanic orb difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And the societies that are already established there are... Oh, God, sorry, I'm thinking about food. Fuck. In response to the cult of vultures claiming the oceanic orb, a group of children living on a tower that crashed into the oceanic orb. I'm going to go ahead and say this is Tower of Assault.
I'm liking the naming scheme that's happening.
So, in response to the claim by the cult of vultures, a group of children who grew up in the Tower of Basalt begin playing games where they are snakes which eat vultures.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Interesting.
Honestly,
I like that.
that is such a fun, small little thing.
I like
and this
that.
is exactly what I wanted out of this.
I like that. Okay. My turn. How does magic aid or hinder the common people? Let's see.
This is a good thing, by the way.
I'm glad. We need more of that.
During the War of the Towers, in between Dadit's destruction and the Ferris Tower's rediscovery, let me get an event pasted in. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
1-4. I don't. Oh. 4. Okay. So a group of students of composed of, thank you, graduate and undergraduate students at the University of at the Opal University steal the scrolls for that describe how to cast the invocation of protection. and they spread this information by hand and by word of mouth over the internet, giving regular everyday folk access to the invocation, allowing them to keep themselves safe from stray spellfire and magic missiles, as the guilds of wizards fight over towers.
That's fucking rad.
Love that.
You did good. I want sour cream.
Same.
I'm so sad. I have to go fucking eat after stream, even if it's like 11 or 10 o'clock at night.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
vibe.
There
Maybe it's a
are
quesadilla
snacks.
kind of night. Ooh, a quesadilla.
All right, Dizzy. This is a good thing.
It's me. Okay. Magic's effect, magic's aid or hindrance of the common people.
I'm glad I was able to write some fucking, like, college level question for this one.
It's challenging.
This is the shit I love.
I'm going to do an event. Huh. In the Sunken Cities period, one of these Sunken Cities, has been, ruled over by, the erstwhile captain of the tower turned city, with an iron fist, and the the this captain is a particularly powerful magister, and the far less powerful citizens of the city pool their magical resources to overthrow them.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Let me come up with some names while I write.
All right. While you do that, Gwen, bring it home.
Oh, I choose the legacy, don't I?
Nope. You.
Oh. What am I doing now?
You get to add one more period, event, or scene, or two more as long as they're attached.
Oh, shit. Neat.
B gets to decide the legacy once you're done.
That's how that works. Right. Thank you.
And Sam, start thinking about your focus.
Absolutely.
What area do we need to flesh out a little more?
I was about to give a suggestion and then I had to bite my tongue. I'm not allowed
Yeah, sorry, I almost baited you there.
to. Yeah. Chat room, if you are curious, I will be making a viewable. I liked them a lot. I mean, I was hungry, so fucking pierogies with some crunch on the outside really hit the spot for me. Even if they were a little crispy, but I like that shit. If you're wondering, chat room, when the VOD of this video goes up, a viewable version of the spreadsheet will be available in the description if you want to look it over.
By the way, I have to ask you, Rock.
Yeah.
Is there a chance we ever come back to this?
There are no rules. We could come back to it. We could play more Microscope in it, or we could play a different game in this world.
Fuck! I forgot about that second prospect. Cool.
Yeah. Now that we know these things about the world, it makes playing a game in it much easier. Because we don't have to establish anything we already know.
So I do have a different event for immediately after the discovery of the star basilisks or space basilisks. It's I think that as like society in this period is very anxious and worried about the future and the preservation of them as like a culture, as a people, as like individual people, as art. Mm-hmm. A lot of arcane artisans have been trying to derive a sort of magical constructed language to inscribe on things like pottery and pieces of architecture that would be able to be hopefully be able to be translated in the future by anyone who finds them if they are no longer around, so that their story still exists in one way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
I need a name for it. I mean, you don't need a name for it.
Essentially, people begin developing a magical and artistic code to record their stories for future generations.
Yeah.
Right.
Magical.
Ace Esperanto.
Yeah, I pretty much made Space Esperanto. My initial thought was actually more. I was more thinking Space Pokepona.
Well, are you going to? Is that it for your turn, or would you like to nest a seed within this event?
I think I'm gonna make it that. I think that's just gonna be it.
All right. Dizzy darling. What thing, place, person, concept from this turn of the game are you adding to the legacies?
Legacies. I'm adding dissolution of organizations.
That is a running theme, isn't it?
We'd like to see it. Alright, now you can add an event or dictated scene related to any of these three legacies.
Conflict between James' survival, the exchange, or dissolution of organizations. I'm going to add a dictated scene under the first event of the collision period. Mm-hmm. The towering fleet begin composting their own dead for use in their shipboard gardens in response to the lack of fresh soil.
Which legacy is this in relation to?
The exchange.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hello.
So, I think that aboard the flag tower of the towering fleet,
Flag tower is really good.
Listen, they're not ships, they're towers.
That's true. They're not ships. They're towers.
Fuck. Aboard the flag tower of the towering fleet. A deadly nightshade, born of the former captain's flesh, becomes a living nightshade.
Interesting.
My question is, how does the crew respond?
I'm frightened of how this is related to the exchange.
Okay. Let me write some things and then I'll do my scene.
You got it. While Dizzy's writing, Sam, do you happen to know what our next focus is going to be? Our final focus, I might add, of the night.
That is a good question, and I've been thinking a lot about it.
Mixed veggies!
And whoa, veggies.
Not many.
So for this, I would like our focus to be connecting threads of legacies and existing events.
Explain what you mean by that.
So I would love to see existing event, or I shouldn't say existing events, should I? I would love to see further events built on tying legacies into previous events. Is that something that I can?
I mean, it's a concept. I
That
guess.
makes sense.
So essentially, you're putting a ban on new content. You're saying use what we have.
It feels appropriate for the last round.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Sure. Okay.
And I just want to say that for like events specifically, like if you want to like throw in like new people and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
other things, that's totally okay.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't want to be like, no, you can only do this one thing. But like,
I mean, that's your job, though.
I would love to
Your
see
job is to be like, no, you can
things
only do this
tied
one thing.
together.
Okay. Use what we have.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay,
Okay, B, tell us about the scene.
my scene. The captain, God rest her soul. Don't worry about the words that I said in that sentence. They don't actually mean anything. No, not God, not Christian God. He's not here.
We promise, we promise, we promise.
The captain,
don't know if souls
magic rest
rest.
her soul. Magic carry her soul to the cosmos. Everyone felt weird about using her for fertilizer, but they've done it for everyone else, so they're gonna do it.
Mhm.
The captains for each tower were selected for their exceptional magical abilities, as is required for piloting a tower. No other member of the crew, living or deceased, approached her level of prowess. And so when she's used to grow magical ingredients, weird shit happens. A deadly nightshade blooms one day with an eyeball in its center. It looks around frantically, and then it starts screaming.
Right.
This continues for 37 days.
That's a lot of days.
And the atmosphere in the hydroponics lab is frantic and I mean, it's frantic and terrified, and eventually the head gardener determines the cause of this particular mutation, places the nightshade in a pot, and brings it up to the what the fuck is the part of a ship where the deck, the fucking where you drive it?
Oh,
That's
for a
shit.
tower, I have no idea what
Bridge?
it's called. What's it called? It could be the bridge. It could be the pinnacle.
Oh.
It could be anything. It's a tower.
It's the rod,
The rod.
which is very literally a spire sticking out of the top of the tower. That's where the bridge is. The nightshade is brought up to the rod and placed on the dashboard and stops screaming finally.
Now I'm interested. How is this related to the exchange?
Fucking exchange wizard meat.
No.
For
The
Flower's
exchange
soul.
is an entity.
Oh, okay. Literally the exchange. The
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, the guy. That's what that legacy is.
Pronouns on the exchange.
We have not stated them yet. You could make them up.
It's in there.
It's in there?
It's in there.
What do you mean?
The exchange is in there. The captain's in there. The exchange is in there. They're both in the flower.
How do we see that?
The scream didn't sound like the captain.
Right. Okay. Interesting. All right, Sam.
Holy
would the-
shit.
So what's the answer to the question?
The question was, I guess,
Let
put
me-
it on the dashboard.
Put it on the dashboard.
Put it on the dashboard.
I guess.
Is this a good thing?
That was me barking about how cool this is. I'm still doing it. But is this light or dark?
Okay. I'm gonna color it right now, and you're gonna see.
Right.
That's just gonna be like orange.
Light.
Okay.
We love this.
We like this.
We like this.
We
I
like
think.
this.
Yay!
Sam, take us away with using what we have. You can create one new
Okay.
period, event, or scene. Or you can create two things as long as they are attached to each other. Oh yeah, I always pick up shit from outside on mic while my window's open. It's really impressive, honestly. I just went out to put the trash out.
This is harder than I thought it would be. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, pick a plot thread or a legacy that you like. Oh god, I'm next. Fuck.
Alright.
No. I have a plan. Right, I have a good plan. Oh yeah, no, it was an outside dog.
Outside the dog.
Okay, going under the period. Sunken cities. Under event, Archwizard Hebrew Porax, captain turned dictator of the Spongy City Porax, is ousted by the combined magic of their many subjects. Scene, and this will be a dictated scene. Of one particular subject meeting with another. To discuss the planned coup ahead.
Now, are you going to be dictating the scene, or are you inviting us in?
I'm going to be dictating this scene.
We love our power.
We do.
We love our power.
Mm-hmm.
So, within the dismal slums of the Spongy City Porax, two shadowy figures stand in dim lamplight. Lantern swings above their head on a chain. And hushed words are exchanged. One figure says, I just don't know how we're all going to be able to focus long enough to lend our power to the assassins. How will we be able to all keep our minds on it for as long as we have to and succeed? And the other figure says, well, I could guarantee it for you. And the first figure says, how would you possibly guarantee this? We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people at their altars and in their circles, focusing their magic to assist in a tiny group of people going in to assassinate, or at least remove, an archwizard. And the second figure says, well, it's easy. I can tell you. Or you can live in ignorance forever. So the question is, is the exchange able to do what they say they're doing?
We love devils. We love deals.
Story of devils.
Cowboys won.
Devils too. Shaking your fucking hand.
Damn it.
Literally all three of
Wah!
us.
Possessed by the spirit of Joshua on this night. Don't fucking yell at me.
I want to go to the coup. I hope they have assassins. Oh boy, oh boy. Daddy Porax.
Give me jelly beans, you fuckhead.
Yes! All cap.
Yes. Yes.
That is all you need to know about that one.
Awesome.
Okay, so the city of Porax is free, but at what cost?
Oh, and it's bad.
But at what
City of
cost?
Sponge Devils.
All right, it's my turn. I am
It's not a
adding.
devil.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I am.
Oh,
adding
it's Wayne Radio TV's wonderful son Joshua, R.I.P.
a new event
Oh, right.
to the end of the last age of magic.
I'm talking about thinking about what you might be doing here.
Yeah.
It is what I thought. Yes.
Okay. Oleaphus, the Queen of Gloom and giant spectral space whale, returns to to the space near Terra Magica, and her mouth remains closed, so no one gets a look at the city she swallowed so long ago. But on the towers in orbit, on the cities on the planet, even in some of the cities of the oceanic orb, unbidden, unnoticed, the spectral priests of Umbora begin appearing in the middle of settlements. And they begin whispering to the inhabitants of those settlements promises of the coming of the Worm Star and the end of the
Fuck.
Age of Magic.
We've brought back both of these fucking concepts.
Yes. Excellent.
This is a good thing.
We love the Worm Star.
Worm Star.
Is it funnier if I
Worm
make it
Star.
dark? No. I'm keeping that light. I'm sticking to it. That's light.
Like, while this might be a massively destructive event, we actually don't know. The process of the end of Age of Magic, we've established,
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Yeah, and also I think the spectral priests of Umbora are chill. I think they're dope.
Yeah.
I think
They're just vibing.
they'd be cool. Anyway, that's my turn. Dizzy darling.
It's me turn. It's the Dizzy turn. I've got to make some freaking connections.
We're putting shit together like the house built that John. Wait, like the house that John built on a hill.
Jack.
The house built that John.
Shut.
Oh,
We're putting
shut
shit
fuck.
together like that house that John built on a hill. Cause this shit gonna feel like velvet
Turtle.
My style fits tighter than a girdle.
Girdle.
The entirety of the table roll the worst stars known to the stars and are asked to leave this mortal coil before the coming of the Worm Star.
What up? I'm in the house like carpet, but if there's too many hairs in my blood, I won't spark
Alex, it's check it out.
it. Shut up.
Check it out.
I'm in the
I'm in the
house.
house like carpet.
What are you doing?
Oh, you don't know what's going on? I can bring context.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm
Just
I'm
send
worried
Sam the
about it.
video.
Either way.
Just send Sam the video.
Okay.
yeah.
No more comments.
I was gonna drop a VCT because
Ugh.
it's right here.
Thanks.
Oh, this is tough. There are so many cool fucking things in this game.
That's true, but anything that's left unanswered is something that can be answered through play in a different game later down the line. It creates opportunities.
Yeah. Okay.
Start doing some cleaning.
I'm going to add an event in the first period.
Ooh. I do love that.
This event is coming before Artificial Suns.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Um, uh, Immediately following the disappearance of Terra Magica, the same instant,
Soul's Arcana.
Solus Arcana,
Actually.
um, the same instant as the disappearance of Solus Arcana, um, uh, the bones, the intact bones of every burial ground on Terra Magica knit together and fling themselves into space.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my
I
god.
think the worst part is that this is never referenced again in any of the history. It's the first thing that happens. And we know nothing else about it.
That is honestly fucking amazing. I would not have this any other way.
Dreadful.
Right now.
Dreadful. Absolutely terrible. Alright, Gwen. Helpy's writing that down. What are you adding? Use what you have.
Well, before I add anything, I just want to say the Sacramento is having a production of Clue, and I really want to go see that. So I might go see a stage production of Clue by a local theater company.
That sounds
Fuck
fun.
yes.
I fucking love that movie. Okay, well, here's the thing: is that like I am bad at like reconnecting shit a little bit here because we are peak in the sprawl right now. We
Yeah,
have
well, legacies are giving some
True.
wiggle room.
yeah. I mean,
Anything
we've
related
built-
to dissolution of organizations or conflict between dreams and survival is on the table. If you want
That's
to
true.
sneak things in.
That's
or
true.
just pick a thing that you think doesn't have enough detail.
I think that we've built this very horizontally.
That's the idea.
I want to try building a little bit vertically.
Mhm.
I'm not adding a new period because I don't think that makes sense with given this current focus. I want to add a scene.
Why are these cut off? Help.
Specifically, I think I want to put it where the group of university students from the Open University steal the Invocation of Protection. The scene itself will take place after I fix this fucking font size. What the shit?
just copy paste one of the scenes in, and then you'll be good.
I already got it. Well, thank you for that. Have stolen the Invocation of Protection. Meet in a dormitory following their theft. Health rec on bold that. And this is going to be an open scene. I feel like we need one more of these. So I've not done one of these in a while. We've not had one in the whole thing since the first one.
Oh, we're being invited in.
You're being invited in.
All right, first question.
Yeah, the question is,
O'Shea.
I think,
Worry not, the VOD will be going up, and you can listen to it some other time while you're doing art. Anyway, Gwen.
I'm trying to think of the good question here because, like, we know what happens exactly.
Well, it doesn't have to be a question about what happens. Let me reread the scene sections. It's been a second.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Scenes. So, question. A question can be a simple yes or no, or it can require a more detailed answer. A question can establish facts or stack the deck. If something is declared in the question, it's going to happen. There's no avoiding it. Craft your question carefully to push the scene in the direction you want to explore.
True.
And then, where's the detail? It was earlier that I should read. Scenes. To create a scene, you first pose a question, something you want to find out about the history. The goal of the scene is to decide the answer to that question. We start off the scene without an answer and discover it through play. The question can tell us something crucial to history, like why did the king betray his country? It can give us a window into what life was like in that time and place. Are the asteroid miners happy with their rugged frontier lives? Or it can just examine something that isn't important in the grand scheme of things, but is interesting to the players, like did the soldier get to marry his hometown sweetheart? The most important thing for a question to be is interesting and provide a foundation for the scene.
I think I have a good question. Going to expand it out. University staff and guards are hot on their tail as they enter the dormitory. How do they, the students, react? And I need some characters,
Yes.
and I want some characters that I don't want in the scene.
Okay, so you get up to 2 requires and 2 bans.
2 varsity bands.
But
Okay.
you can have less than that. If you want.
So, I think the first... I want
First,
2 people
before we
required.
do characters, set the stage a little bit. So, they're hot in their tail. Event.
They just dove
Yeah.
into like their dormitory and rushed back to their shared room because this was an idea among roommates that are particularly politically motivated.
Okay.
I will say.
Now require and ban characters.
So, in terms of band characters, I don't want the staff or guards in this scene at all.
Okay.
This is more just about how these common people react to doing something that they know will have large ramifications for themselves and the world around them. So for that, I think the 2 characters you need are the person who actually broke in and stole it, and the person who did the planning. Any other characters can be totally unique to this situation that don't, fit the band list.
Okay. Alright, first pick. Dizzy, who are you playing?
Sorry, Gwen, would you repeat the required characters again for me, please?
The person who broke into the archive and stole the invocation, and the person who did the planning behind it but didn't actually do it. Essentially, the executor and the planner.
Sure. I'll be the
Or it'd be something new, to be fair.
or I could be someone else, but I'm gonna be the executor. I'm freshly returned from stealing the scroll.
Okay. Does this character have a name?
Yeah. This character's name is Grab.
Wow. That's an aptronym if I've ever heard one.
Grab Heffalump.
Really good.
Really good.
Alright, I'm next. I'm going to be playing Time, which is something that I'm allowed to do. I will
What?
be occasionally butting in to describe the consequences of their actions approaching and the upload speed of
Oh, fucking proud.
of the protection invocation. Sam?
Oh god. Okay, I guess that. So I could either be the planner or invent
someone new.
some
Or
other
anyone else.
character. Okay. I'm going to be the getaway driver. who is an anthropomorphic stone statue named Fred.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Sneaking in a new kind of person under the wire in a scene. Let's go.
Honestly, applause. That shit rules. Which leaves me as the planner, I think.
Yes.
And their name is... Well, they like calling themselves, or like they like being called a maestro.
Mm-hmm.
Their real name is Michael. His name is Michael.
All right. First, Dizzy, with what is Grab thinking about the scene going into it?
Holy shit, I actually fucking did it. Holy shit.
All right. Next, me. Time thinks you don't have very much of it. Sam.
Awesome.
What is Dave thinking?
Dave?
Fred.
Fred and Dave are the same name to me.
Fred
Real?
is thinking he did not get paid enough for this.
Nice. He got paid. Damn.
Pizza.
Okay, he definitely didn't get paid enough. Maestro. What are you thinking?
Couple thoughts. Maybe should have paid in beer as well as pizza.
Mm-hmm.
All according to Keikaku. Translators know Keikaku means plan. And 3, holy shit, we did it.
All right. Who was present at the start of the scene? Scene setter Gwen.
I think it is. I think everyone, including Time, is actually. Let's start in media res. Actually,
Okay.
it's for right now. It's just Time and Michael.
Okay. You've been waiting for too long. They were supposed to be here already. You have the upload ready to go, but they're not here yet.
Grab is it's.
But it's not here yet.
That is fair.
Where is it?
Michael is tapping his foot and drumming his fingers as quietly as fucking possible.
A big 0% is showing on the chunky monitor of the screen that you already have set up and ready to go. And it can't move until it gets here. Where the hell are they?
Sharp exhale, wiping forehead.
A squirrel crawls in through the window.
Holy shit, I did not expect this.
Let's go!
Do you have it?
I fucking have it. I fucking have it. The squirrel takes its backpack off.
Well done. After this, we are hitting the bar and the pizza joint, not necessarily in that order.
They don't have they don't have beer at the pizza joint?
It's weird. It's like a county line situation. Like one is Dry County, the other one is like totally okay with it. You know how living in Opal County
bullshit.
and like Bismuth County is. You know exactly how this goes.
An alarm goes off in the distance.
Okay, no time for this.
Okay, yeah, Grab pulls a glowing USB stick from its backpack and jams it into the computer.
Okay, how much collaboration are we allowed to have during these scenes?
You're playing your character.
Fuck. Never mind then. I just want a question about USB sticks and how they look like in this universe.
They glow.
Awesome. That's all it needs.
1%.
Maestro is like pretending to like try to speed up the download faster by opening a command prompt and typing commandy looking enough things.
Oh, by the way, Sam, you are able to enter the scene at any time.
All right.
Is that your jurisdiction?
From outside the dormitory, you hear a horrific honking noise, which comes from a vehicle looking very similar to a golf cart with a shipping container bolted to it, and a stone statue about 6 inches tall is psychically controlling the pedals and wheel to this vehicle.
I did not
Fred is duct taped to the seat, and looks very impatient.
6
Fucking
inches.
awesome!
Let's go.
Michael he stands up and walks to the window, hanging his head out and just making a big no, like arm wave thing. It's like and shushing.
5%. The alarms are getting closer.
You see a tiny stone middle finger rising from the window.
Crap! On the door.
I'm a fucking squirrel. You do it.
Come here. He throws his hands up, starts like putting anything heavy enough against the door. This includes a chair, a stack of old pizza boxes not composted or taken out yet, a full case of Natty Light or equivalent, and the beanbag.
Unnatty light.
An unnatty light. Yes, thank you.
Unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not where I expected this scene to go, but it's way funnier this way.
Grab is sitting on top of the PC tower, frantically scratching its face with its back paw.
Grab, did you like grab any rope like I asked?
I mean, it shakes out its backpack on top of the tower, and there's like a foot-long length of string. I don't have a lot of space in here. I gotta be honest.
Mike,
I don't know what you expected.
Michael looks into the camera like it's the office.
10%. You hear someone in the hallway.
Very suddenly, Mike makes a shushing motion again and moves to turn off the lights.
Fred sees the lights go down and turns off all of the lights on the vehicle.
Now, when you say all, how many lights is that?
On it. There's like a string of icicle lights along the entire shipping container, so the thing just kind of looks like a really like gentrified cafe for the most part.
Oh my god!
Awesome.
Hey, Rock, you know who's talking about wrenching the tone of the story back?
I did. Yeah. We have to understand all this like dark political shit happening in a world that looks like this.
It like essentially your average D&D campaign is happening now in like somewhere approaching like a 40K-esque setting, which is insane.
Good.
We've created peak fiction. Congrats.
That's correct. The footsteps pass, but more alarms keep going off. 13%.
Meister is going desperately through network settings to see if he's forgotten something or anything. Is his upload speed capped due to a self-imposed setting? And he finds that he had limited his upload speed because he didn't want to get fucking in trouble for torrenting the latest season of The Shrimpsons.
The Shrimpsons.
It jumps to 43%, but an email enters your inbox.
Michael curses under his breath a little bit and just keeps going. He is putting together a backpack, continuing things to get out. He's getting together his get up bag as quietly and quickly as possible.
Grab is sheepishly shoving the length of string back into their backpack.
Back into its tiny squirrel backpack.
Listen, Grab, that one was on me. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
It's fine. It's just I honestly don't know how you forget about.
I don't think if this is a conversation for later.
Okay, all right. I mean, I feel like you do this literally every time. Okay, whatever.
There's a knock on the door. 63%.
I think the word just freezes at this point. Michael just sort of goes to look at the people, slightly moving the box of unnatty light.
Fred, seeing motion from the room and wishing to convey impatience, changes their psychic connection from like glowing puppet strings attached from the tiny stone statue to the wheel and pedals into the full form of a person in overalls who is now lighting a cigarette and smoking impatiently.
Oh my god, this rules.
UCPD, open up.
What's the completion percentage?
72%.
I don't know what to do. I think Michael whispers that exact phrase under his breath.
Grab jumps through the air vent and drops down on the officer's head and grabs his gun.
Hearing the commotion, Fred says, well, they're fucked. And moving their glowing personage to the outside of the truck opens up an awning, and the truck is now a food truck, and there is a coffee set up there. And Fred begins to make an espresso and turns on the sign that says Campus Coffee.
What's the percentage that time?
The upload is at 98%.
Michael stands enough time just for it to reach to 100%.
Okay.
You hear a shot go out, go off in the hallway.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okay, is that the time where it reaches 100%?
Yeah.
You hear a shot go off
no,
and a thud.
Yeah, it goes ding, boom, thud.
And I think Michael just goes, grabs his bag, books it, dives full style out the fucking window through the fucking awning, straight onto the ground.
My fucking awning!
Dude, I don't care. Fucking Grime's going to jail for a long time. We need to fucking go. We need to go, dude. We need to go.
Hide in the truck, you fucking idiot!
You hear a wait and grab
nowhere.
And Grab tumbles out of a drain pipe and scurries onto the golf cart.
Go.
Get in here. Just hide it in the fridge. They're not gonna look in there. There's spoiled soy milk. Just put it behind that. It's fine.
What are we putting in this fridge now? Oh, the gun.
God.
I think that scene.
I think we have our answers. How
Yeah.
they reacted
Yeah,
badly, but they got away.
they killed a cop.
Fucking awesome!
Okay, that was Gwen's turn. While Gwen's summarizing that, can you take us home, Sam?
Oh my god. That was
One new period event or scene, or two of them, as long as they are glued together. Second to last
Alright.
action of the game.
Alright, I did actually make a whole new event that I hope will make some things tied up, I guess. Period traversal of the oceanic orb. And the event is that flanked by two class support ships, the Flint Tower, which sank below the surface of the oceanic orb dozens of years before, perhaps even hundreds, rises halfway from the surface of the waters and sets itself up to become the dominant social power on the planet. It becomes an economic hub, the biggest city on the oceanic orb, and establishes a towering fleet as the dominant power in the entire area.
So the Flint is the founder of the towering fleet. Interesting. Light or dark?
Not necessarily.
Ooh.
It's just the one that rose up out of the water.
I see.
Fair. Wow, the tonal whiplash is insane.
That's history, baby.
Oh, this is awesome.
That's history.
This is a good thing. We like this.
Will you be nesting a scene in there, or are you good?
I am going to nest a scene in here. This is going to be a dictated scene.
All right.
Because I'm tired now.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting there.
This scene, and it's question and answer. I'm just gonna go ahead and there. 1 second here. All right. So the question is going to be, how does the Flint Tower change the way it treats its residents above and below the surface of the water?
Interesting. Class. Disparity. Where's the scene happening? What that's the question of the scene, but what is the scene? What are we looking at?
So the scene is happening between two shop owners who were both previously underwater, and now one is above it, only by a few feet. The two shop owners are sharing a drink at the table, or excuse me, at a table in the underwater establishment. And I want the answer to this to be that immersion is seen as a form of protection. And those now above the surface of the water become obsessed with protecting themselves from what might be in the air.
Is that like outsiders, or are we talking like diseases and stuff?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just general paranoia. Awesome. Wonderful. Beautiful. All right, Gwen. You have the high privilege of the last action of the game. What is the final legacy? Something that was introduced, you're slim pickings, but something that was introduced or used in this round of play. What is our newest legacy?
This is going to be incredibly self-indulgent.
That's the point.
I am aware. Shit. Do I want to go through with this?
Do you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
I want to return to the Opal University crew at some point.
You can do that.
It's going to have to be in the War of the Towers. I don't. The Traversal of the Oceanic Orb is so far out.
Yeah. I mean, they could be.
Maybe they live forever.
Maybe they become historical figures. Maybe they come. You know, we're in Wizard World.
We are fucking Wizard World. You know what?
We're in Wizard World.
What's the name of their group? Actually,
they don't.
Trick question. Don't answer that.
They don't currently have one.
They don't.
You'd have to make one up.
Okay. I'm going to call them the Moles.
The Moles is pretty good. Now, Gwen,
of Opal University.
You get either one event or dictated scene based on any of these 4 legacies, and that will be the last action we take this game.
I'm gonna do just one last event because I am pretty sleepy and really hungry.
Yep. In relation to which legacy?
Oh, you know which one.
Yeah, I do. I had to ask.
I know. It's proper. After successfully evading the university police and also successfully killing a guy.
You know how it goes.
Yay!
I think that the Moles go into deep hiding and manage to sneak aboard one of the towers.
Do you know which one? We have several named at this point.
We have several. I think it's the Flint Tower.
Interesting choice. All right. And that does bring an end to our game of Microscope for tonight.
Well done, everyone.
Thank
That
you.
was fucking sick.
Thank you for joining us on this journey, chat room. And thank you
Absolutely amazing.
to my beloved co-hosts for joining me in the void for this night of history making. Would you guys like to sign off and plug yourselves one last time before I punch you back out of orbit? Oh, also,
I think
Sam, was the shop owner scene good or bad?
Oh, shop owner scene was overall bad.
What?
We love to be paranoid.
We love to be paranoid. It's so good for you.
So,
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, first, Dizzy.
Oh.
Yeah. Go on that
Shell.
over.
Sorry?
Shell.
Chill. Once again, I am Dizzy or B. Twitch.tv/bshirt. Check me out. I stream video games, and I'm awesome.
That's true. Gwen. Shell.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Gwentendo. Last O is a 0. I don't stream all that much, but it's how it is.
Sam. Shell.
Check us out at Channel47 TV on Twitch. If you would like a cool handmade doll, check me out on our coffee. You can find all my links on my Instagram at CyborgSamix.
Thank you so much, all of you, for coming. I have been your lovely and eternal host, Alex the Doomrock. You can catch me right here at twitch.tv/rockofdoom. If you want to catch the VOD of this stream, it's on my YouTube, which was just posted in chat, which is also where you'll be able to find the viewable link for this spreadsheet if you want to go over the history that we just made. I had a blast, so you can expect similar streams to this in the future. I know the game I'm thinking of playing next is I'm Sorry, Did You Say Street Magic, which is a hack of this very game about, instead of creating history, creating a map of a single city based on how its inhabitants experience it. And I'm thinking of making a city from this world. If that's something you'd be
Oh,
interested
hell
in,
yes.
let me know.
I'll say now, yes.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming, and have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Bye.